All right, and hello. I'm sorry we're a little late. It's 11:11. Make a wish, everybody. It's my favorite number.
Oh,
11:11.
it is.
It
Oh,
is.
I love prosperity and joy.
And folks, I have an 11:11 bracelets.
I love it. All
Good.
wishing everyone love, prosperity, joy, and health, well health, all
Yes.
goodness and love and light. Okay.
Well said, Tami. That's like that. We're here. It's the Bold and Beautiful Me Spotlight Recap. You're like, what show is this? J Media. Tami and I are wearing a Bold and Beautiful Blues. I'm wearing Jimmy Kimmel because I was on there. She's wearing the Constitution because she believes in it. So there you go. Right, I guess.
I just like the song. Remember, we the people.
Oh yes,
in order to form a more
perfect union.
Establish justice and domestic tranquility.
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
Hello, yes. She knows that song. I remember that song. It's back in our days of Saturday mornings. They would play all those. Like a junction, all those.
Yes.
All those.
What's your function?
I'm just a bill. I'm only bill. Yeah, all those. We're old. Okay, everybody. So welcome to Soap Sunday on JLJ Media. So Wine on Me Spotlight, as you can tell, is not on today. I seriously had no time to watch it. I had jury duty, stuff going on. But because you guys who love the show so much, I brought you a present tomorrow, as you know. 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard. It's very specific. 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Taraya Part 2 interview comes out. I was told by Wine to release it at that time period because it airs on every time zone by then. I was like, okay. So I have it specifically set for that time. You can hear it video only. Me, Kate Fairbanks, and Cameron Grimes chop up, and maybe a dog or two comes in the picture. And we have a great time talking about storyline. Yes, Stitch was the one who did it. Okay, everybody saw that coming. But anyway, so if you'll see that, it's out tomorrow. So it's Wine on Me Spotlight, it's out tomorrow. There's also a new GH Dirty Deeds that's out right now, and we talk about all the brouhaha that's happening at General Hospital behind the scenes. Vaccinations, unvaccinated, Ingo Rademacher, now Kimberly McCullough. So if you watch GHB Spotlight with us, we've been talking about this whole development, and Tami, how crazy and how public it is right now. It's bonkers. I don't know if you heard any of this stuff. You seen this stuff on there, Tami?
Just a little bit. I get my intel from you because I don't like to get it on the socials. It gives too much away story-wise, so I don't go to the socials. So I'll get the intel from you.
Okay, yes, it is crazy talk. Nancy Lee Grant, everybody is clapping in, and it's having an effect actually on the industry in terms of protocols. So go watch GHB Spotlight. GH Dirty Deeds. That's out right now. Then at 4 p.m., unfortunately, it would just be me and Frank Moran again talking about General Hospital. Last song about somebody's alive and wreaking havoc already. So we're going to be talking about that at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today. And of course, don't forget our buddies over at Edition Days. Tony Moore and the gang will be talking about all things Salem at 3 p.m. on their channel, Edition Days. Yes, and all that. I just want to do a couple of little side notes. Our heart goes out to Amanda, our co-host, and to my girl Lucretia, my other close. They're both being stuck in the hurricane situation, Hurricane Ida. So that's why she is not here, and Lucretia will not be here later on today. So anybody who's watching this, who's from those areas, Tami and I send our support, hopefully safety, energy to you. I mean,
we've got white bubbles of protection around them. So a radius of 100 miles, safety.
Yes.
100 miles of safety around you guys.
Yes, and anybody who prays, no problem praying. We take prayers. I'm sure they'll take them to prayer. Yeah, they'll take. I'm sure they'll take them. So that's why Amanda's not here today, and Lucretia will not be here later. So that's kind of what's going on with them. So send out shouts to them. And then I want to give a sad note. I just found before we came on that my buddy Ed Asner, 9-time Emmy winner for Lou Grant's Mary Tyler Moore Show, movie Up. Oh my God, cried in that movie. And he was working up until his death. Ed Asner passed away at 91 years old, and I will be making a statement later on social media. I'm trying to process it right now and decide what I want to say, but I want to say just briefly, always kind to me, always considerate. He was a little raunchy off camera. We had some raunchy talks. He was sharp as a tack. His brain was sharp as a tack. He was still working, remembering his lines at 91 years old. To me says a lot about him. And he was well loved in the industry. Everybody I talked to who knew him loved him. And I did too. I thought he was a great guy. So I'm going to give a shout out to him. Dedicate the show to Ed Asner. All right, everybody. That's everything. I think it's everything. I think it's all the church announcements. That's what I'm going to say. All church announcements. Thank you, my Jimmy Kimmel shirt. Yes, I was on the show. May 12th. You can watch the episode on Hulu or ABC.com, where I made history. Okay, so welcome back, Tami. Tami hasn't been with us for a while, so welcome back, Tami Goveia. We're happy to see you.
It was just a week.
It doesn't matter. Still, a week's a long time.
I love you guys.
You're so far away. Anybody
stay in one place anymore.
I won't do that. Little Carole King won't do that. Oh, I just saw Respect yesterday with Jennifer Hudson. Very good movie.
Was it?
Very good. Forrest Whitaker, Marlon Wayans, dramatic role, very good. And they showed Aretha singing "You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman" at the end, the real Aretha. I was crying.
I just wish it was one. I just wish it was one of those films that could have been seen in the theater. You know, that's the frustrating part. I mean, I'm sure it's great, but it's a whole different experience when you see it on the big screen. And that film needs to be seen on the big screen.
It's good. It's good.
Because of her, Aretha, her energy. Jennifer,
Yeah, Jennifer, her mouth, she opens her mouth and magic comes out.
Let's give a shout out to some of the folks in the chat. Of course, Kirsten. We got Ken. He says, "Call me Ken." I'm like, but I love Kenneth. So
I'm not Kenneth. I'm sorry, Kenneth. You're Kenneth. You're not.
From now until forever. Simone. Yeah. She's the one. Shout out to Schoolhouse Rock. That was it. Remember?
That's right. Schoolhouse Rock.
It. Yes. Yeah. George is in the chat, and thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Yay.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. You're here. We're ready. Okay, so I mean, there's two storylines basically that happened this week, and you were with us last week or so, but the last 3 weeks have been basically Sheila. That's Sheila, and now Sheila on one side, Eric, Quinn, and Carter on the other side. That's all it's been.
Well, it's not really Sheila. It's Steffy yelling, Sheila!
It's so hard the way you were saying all the comments, Quinn, you act like you're in love with her. Oh yeah, we're gonna get there. I read that stuff in the chat that George wrote. Yeah, we're gonna get there because Mama Brooke, I told you guys, when Mama Brooke gets dialed in, exactly. When she gets dialed in, and see, people get mad at what's about it now? People get mad at Brooke. But Brooke a lot of times is correct.
Yeah.
I mean, like when she gets in. So what George was bringing up is that on Wednesday, because Carter was like, just like he was defending Quinn, and she asked him point blank, Tami, are you falling in love with her? Are you in love with her?
In her very sweet Brooke-like voice, have you fallen for her? Kind of enticing him because she really likes Carter. That's the thing. Everyone really likes Carter, and they want to believe that he was somehow lured into Quinn's web of deceit and bleh. And like, no, this is two adults, like mutual consent. So, yeah,
we saw it because as almost as fans, well, we are fans, but as viewers, that's what I'm saying. We saw them develop a friendship.
Yeah.
That fell into that they really didn't come together at first. There was nothing at first. They came together, but everybody else knows that. But when Brooke said that, he didn't answer. He went around it back to the whole Eric being for them. So I said, "Oh, smart Carter. He's learning his way."
If he'd had a skirt on, it would have been skirting the issue. He just skirted the issue to avoid answering the question.
I was like, see, kid, he goes Kid Clark already. Brooke and Rich were so wrong, grilling Carter. No, they were right to grill Carter. That's the whole thing. The way he sounded was like he was defending, like he was in love with Quinn. He sounded that way. And supposedly they're his friend. Don't you question your friends if they say stuff? I say stuff to my friends all the time. I always question them. That's like, it's like, hello. I mean,
It's really funny to see Brooke and Ridge in this particular scenario because they are so in the dark. They're in the dark about Quinn and Carter. They're in the dark about Eric and Quinn. And everyone's saying, y'all need to back off, just skirt and back off. And it's because they don't know nothing from nothing.
they don't know nothing. And it was so funny. It's funny to see them when he rushed over to the Forrester mansion. I mean, there's no shame. I was laughing, kind of. I wrote, Brooke burst in, then Ridge, and then Quinn calls them out. But she had a right to in a way. It's like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Your drummers always been together. And they got quiet too. They couldn't say nothing.
I just don't understand. So I'm assuming there's a gate around the property. Yet Quinn always just walks in. Obviously, Brooke and Ridge, everyone's just walking in. Nobody knocks. Nobody, security doesn't say someone's on their way. I guess Brooke doesn't. She has all access.
Brooke. Well, she's had all access. You know what I mean? To the Forrester men. So yeah, she can do whatever she wants. But it's just funny that they just burst in. Just start talking. I'm like, anybody lock doors in Los Angeles? I mean, like, come on.
We do. I swear to God.
I know we do. And actually, so they live in Bel Air. No, I'm trying to figure out where Forresters live. I don't know where they live, folks. You guys know where they live because we know Beverly Hills, Bel Air, and usually everything is enclosed. I mean, every property is enclosed.
Yeah.
You can't just walk on a property. No, not at all. So so I'm just like, where are they? Because I mean, Malibu's too, that's a whole other story. But in those areas, Flobo Boyce is in here. Flobo Boyce. He said, oh my God, it's Tami Goveia.
Hi. Hello, Mr. Flobo.
What is Flobito doing in a soap chat room? Oh my God, he knows people in here too. But in Bel Air and Beverly Hills, everybody knows his answer. Every place is cordoned off. It's either gates, fences,
stone walls,
right?
Yeah.
Foliage. It's every house is cordoned off in those areas. If they're in like Hancock Park and stuff, they're not. Those are more.
What
open.
about Brentwood?
Maybe Brentwood's open. Maybe they're. I think they're open.
Is there that kind of? Yeah, there'd be those kinds of places in Brentwood. Do you think that kind of tiered, or is that not enough land in Brentwood?
I think it's not. I think it's not land. I think Beverly Hills, especially, and Bel Air, Bel Air especially. If that is a closed off community. Beverly Hills, same thing. Johnny Beverly Hills, you can't see that. I mean, you can't see nothing. You can't just walk on the property. Not at all. You just can't walk on the property at all. I don't know. I thought this was kind of funny. But anyway, so they burst in. And then Carter is still thinking about the hot sex he had with homegirl.
He looked so good in the sports jacket. He wasn't in the suit. He was in like a sports jacket.
He wasn't shirtless. That's the problem, folks. I need my shirtless Carter at least a couple scenes during the week. I'm like, they've denied us, Tami.
They've conditioned us.
Tami? How many abs?
I know. I can't count. I can't count. Right? I can't. I shan't.
Flo says, I have no idea what's going on, but I love the passion. It's Soap Sunday, Flo, Soap Sunday. But yes, Carter had clothes on. That was problem number one. But number two, he's in love with Quinn.
They said it. Last week they said it to each other. They said those three words.
Quinn's loved them too. Quinn's in love with them.
So are you giving her kudos to going back? Because I'm sure you and Amanda, you all talked about this, her going back to Eric.
No, I'm not. I'm not giving kudos. I feel like she's doing it because of status. Because this is what she's always wanted, right? So she's going back to what, how you do things out of just, you have a certain idea. So you're like, this is what I gotta do. I gotta go back. This is what I gotta do. He said yes now, so I go back to him. Meanwhile, your life has changed. You don't need Eric for status. But maybe deep down, so she still thinks that.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, yeah.
It's just that whole I don't deserve, because when she had made the decision, Carter made the decision for her to go back to Eric. She just always keeps saying how perfect Eric was to her. he was always kind, he was always generous, he was always, so I think in her mind he's this ideal that
Right.
somehow if he still wants her, they're still tapping into an insecurity in her that says, I don't deserve someone like him. And if he still wants me, then I have to go back.
Maya D. Florence thinks that Quinn still loves him.
Well, I'm sure she still loves him. I'm sure she'll always
On
love
some
Eric.
level, yeah. On some level. Yeah.
But or as Tony would say, however,
comma. Yes, Tony Moore. Yes. However, comma.
Yeah. You know, what she has with Carter is love. Mm-hmm. But it's a love that you go in with feeling self-respect. Yes. She went in with Eric having no sense of self-respect for herself, no sense of, so it's completely different. Two different personas.
Susan Russo says, but Google says they live in Bel Air. So that's closed off. That's a closed off community. I mean, that's isn't that most of Bel Air is gated, isn't it? Or kind of gated?
Well,
gated?
I mean, the entrance, the road you can just go up, but I'm just thinking property wise,
right? All
that stuff is gated.
Oh my God, Flobo chimes in. Sounds to me she was trying to convince herself about Eric.
Totally.
Oh my God, Flo, you didn't watch the show. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's funny he's in here. Yeah, that's just so funny. Like he doesn't even watch the show. That's what it is, because you kind of feel like, and you said, Tami, it's the self-respect thing. He's attached to some part of her that she's still holding on to. But she's in love with the hot chocolate man, because who would be in love with Carter? Shit, folks. I mean, Carter's hot. He's a nice guy, and he's hot. He's not a bad boy. He's a nice guy. He got a good job. I got some good credit. And he got a nice little pad going.
Yep.
Which is his old place.
Yeah. Quinn is with Eric.
And he basically almost... Yes.
Quinn is with Eric out of obligation.
Yeah.
I don't think it's because of status.
Oh, you don't think so?
No, I don't think so. I mean, there is the portrait thing. I will. You're right. You're right about that. You know, she looks at the portrait and she melts looking at herself, which is so weird. But
Tami, I want a portrait. Oh, Tami, hold on a second, Tami. Okay. Now, folks, I had a fan do this. Gave this to me last year. A portrait of me. Look, Tami.
Oh my God.
A portrait of me.
Oh my God.
Get the glare, turn the glare off.
Well, why? Okay, so where is this portrait right now then? Where do you keep it?
On my wall over here, on my wall.
Well, it needs to be in your background, so we can see it in the back.
I know.
Are you crazy?
So I understand about staring at my portrait and melting. I stare at me all, look at me, I stare at me all the time.
I love it. So here's the portrait I want. Ernie actually said, because we were watching, Ernie actually said, you need to get a portrait done of yourself. I was like, I absolutely agree with you. I am not going to argue the point, but here's the portrait that I want. Come on.
Okay, the portrait you want.
I'm trying to find a good.
She's finding it. That's the thing. So I think there's and this okay. So this was done actually. It's beads. So these are individual beads. Look at it closely. The individual beads. This fan did for me.
It's so beautiful.
And delivered it to my house. It's a picture of me. I was shocked. I almost cried when I got it. So I understand portraits.
Here we go. Here's the exact pose. No, this is from the movie Laura, 1944. Yeah. Okay, so.
Oh, go girl. That's right, girl. You should do that.
Right. And so here is if you watch the Carol Burnett show, they did a parody on the film Laura. So this is.
See, I love it. Tami, you gotta do it. You gotta do it, Tami. You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
So that would be my pose.
You gotta do it. But yeah, so and I do. You guys, my fireplace is right there. I got a mantle, so I do have a mantle. But anyway, so I just thought I was gonna fight about portraits. But yes, but then see, here's the second part of the whole thing. Is Eric lying, or is he telling the truth? That he has I can't even say this on daytime TV. erectile dysfunction. He says he has ED. And he was so passionate the way he was saying it to her about how he was upset about it. I'm trying to believe it. I'm not sure, kid girl. What do you think?
You've been watching the show longer than me. So I want to know, is Eric capable of lying like this?
No, and I'm thinking he's tired of these bitches. I can see someone come to the breaking
Like
point.
he's so mad.
Yes.
Like there's just this deep-seated betrayal that he's got.
See, on General
He's testing her.
On General Hospital briefly, the good guy Chase almost did something bad. Right? They stopped him. But I'm saying I feel like Eric's been the nice guy for I see people can't decide. He'll be on the channel, they can't decide. Because Eric would never do this. This is not his whole thing. He could just easily sign divorce papers. Bye, bitch. But with Sheila returning and this happening, I think he's tired of these bitches just taking over his life. And he's like, I'm gonna do something about it. I feel like it's a lie. I feel like he doesn't have ED, that he can get it up if he had to. But he's not doing it because she's hot. First of all, she's hot. So
he did say something, and we had all said it before when Sheila first came back on the landscape. Quinn looks like Mother Teresa compared to Sheila.
Oh yeah.
And he said that to Quinn.
Yeah.
He said it took Sheila to come back into hit everybody for me to realize that, okay, you stepped out on me, not good, but I love you and I love what you brought to my life and I don't want our marriage to end. So that resonated, like, that's so true. That's right. So true. But I'm going to agree with you, James, because I think he's lying.
So Maya D. Florence, I get what you're saying. Like, why would he do this? That's what I'm saying. There has to be an irrational reason. Like
he's testing her.
He's testing her. Love isn't rational, folks. I mean, anybody been in love, love is blind, love is crazy, all those sayings and songs out there. I'm just thinking, after all this time, he's just tired of these women just getting one over on him. And I feel like he's going to like Jeannie said, he's going over the edge. He's doing something he wouldn't normally do. She goes, "There's not enough motivation." I'm not writing the goddamn show. I'm just telling you. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm actually saying I'm not sure. I think he's lying. I could be completely Bold and Beautiful, as you guys all know. You guys watch the show. They go boldly where no other shows go a lot of times.
Yeah.
They'll do things that like they're like, okay, they'll go direction. So we could be wrong. Like I said, we could be wrong. I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. I think he's lying. I could be completely wrong, but think
I'm going to say, I know nothing about ED.
So
in a very naive point of view, like, Eric, take a pill.
Literally.
Like, there's a lot of options for men out there.
Yes.
What is it about your situation that you think this is irreversible? And Quinn is like, oh, honey, okay.
I know.
Like, for me, like, oh, well, it's not a big deal. We'll figure it out because you can.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, this might be forever. I'm thinking.
See, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't seem right because, yes, there are all kinds of pills, folks. I'm a guy. I know this. There are all kinds of pills out there that can help you with that situation, or even natural homeopathic stuff.
Absolutely.
Lots of ginger, lots of things. There's things you could do that are good for men, for the roots. Places like that from down there that help men. There's a lot of things, but I'm with Jeannie. It's an interesting storyline for John McCook. Finally, regardless if we're right or wrong, I feel like he's on screen finally. And my thing is, if he isn't lying, this will be a great storyline. If he's telling the truth, it'll be a great storyline. But yes. I don't know. Bold People has made some very interesting choices recently for choice's sake, and I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if this is a lie. But it could be true. I don't know.
And listen, there was not one moment on Quinn's face where she felt like, oh my God, did I make the right decision? I believe she's in this 1,000%.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
She's not thinking, oh my God, I wish he had told me before and now I've got to deal with this. And I didn't read that at all. At all. She's
No.
in this 1000%. She said to him, you have always been by my side, and now I'm going to be by yours. So he can test her. If he is lying and he's doing this to test her, the only way I think she's going to get upset about is if she finds out that he's lying.
Yeah.
If somehow she finds out he's lying, then it's over for her. Yeah. But I think she's in this. I don't think there's anything Carter will do. There's nothing anyone can do. She's not going to step out on Eric again with Carter. She's just not.
She's not. I agree with that.
Right? You agree?
I agree with that. Yeah.
I don't get that vibe at all. And Carter's certainly not going to.
No. But I think he's testing them. I think he's testing them.
Mm-hmm.
See how loyal Carter is, how loyal she is. And a part of him does love Quinn. That's the thing. See, the thing about Eric is, Eric's the nice guy. This was done to him. They asked for any of this. So I think he does love her on some level. He imagined a life with her. He's pissed that they cheated on him. That's what it is. He brought it up. He's pissed that she cheated on him. And so I agree with Tami completely. I think she's in it 1,000%. She's going to try to make this work. That her head really is like, we got to make this work.
Yep.
So I agree with that. But the big overlying question, which is great for soap opera, is he lying? Is he not lying? So they'll let us know. But we'll find out. Obviously, we're going to find out. But I thought they went erectile dysfunction. I okay. Didn't expect that on my TV at 12:30. Oh, okay, G. Roberts. Quinn can survive with toys. There's all kinds of things you could do. Yes. But we're not going to talk about all this. This isn't late night. This isn't Bold and Beautiful after hours, after dark. But yes, we all get the idea. There are things you can do.
Yeah, it's not like she's wearing a chastity belt. I mean, there's...
No, you're not. I mean, there's things they can do. But I think that's what I'm saying. I think this, when you said, Tami said, it could be forever. Like, that's too over the top. There's something going on. There's something going on, I think. But anyway, so that's the one thing. So that's why I want to make sure to talk about that. The other storyline. That was that. We haven't seen anybody else. The other storyline, Sheila is wrecking havoc. You've been on last week or so. Sheila is wrecking havoc. She is fantasizing about her new family. She is creepy. And poor kid told Keith, get out of there. Keith, get out of there. The guy who works at the hotel. I'm like, don't go in there and talk to her. Why are you talking to her? Run for your life. She's crazy. She's a crazy bitch. And so it's, and Jack, Ted King is doing it. Sorry, Tami. I have a new crush. Yeah, she looked hotsy-totsy the other day in her blue top and her little black pants. The actress who plays Lee, I was like, she got a body. Okay, go girl. When she was in the hotel room, she sashayed off the other room. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, and her hair was down. I was like, you okay? I was like, I'm in. That blouse was cute. So it was a cute blue with a
little bow tie kind of thing. Loved it.
I was like, okay, I have a crush on homegirl. I can look for her name. He said, guys, tell me her name. Tell me her name so I can say it on here. I don't know what her name is. But she plays Lee, and I'm like, I'm just happy seeing an Asian person on a soap opera.
Yes.
I'm so happy. Yep. Like, it should just be like that normally, just normally. But Jack is a piece of work.
But he's looking good too, Ted King. I'm sorry. And that vest outfit, I'm like, that mustache at first I was like, I can't deal, but it's kind of growing on me.
Because Ted King, that's why.
It's like, oh my God.
Ted King's killing it. He is. I just want to tell you guys, folks, I said this before in my famous speech 2 years ago, and I won my award. Old folks are still hot.
They're we got so hot.
Mature. You can see the beauty in their lines, the gray hairs, and Ted King can get it. He can get it every day, all day. He is hot. I see why Lee likes him. I see why Sheila slept with him. Whatever, I get it. I mean, he's hot. I see Brooke looking at him at some point. Mm-hmm. He sticks around a little longer. That's her type of man. He's her type. You like that. But Jack is causing problems. I mean, it's this storyline is going faster than I thought it was going to go.
And you were right. I wanted to deny the fact that he had stepped out on Lee and had a thing with Sheila. He did, and it's so
Oh, Tami, you didn't.
convoluted.
We didn't talk. You weren't with us last week. We were
No.
describing what she said. Yeah, when you come to the hospital and you see her working overtime, and you take me to the broom closet,
Supply room, yeah.
Supply room, get girl, whatever. The point was like
to get supplied.
You got supplied, all right.
Yeah.
She was like, that's right. I was like, we were laughing so hard last week. I said, oh my God, Tami needs to be here because she described what they did, what they did, Tami, back in the day, to create little Finn. Okay, they did. I mean, so that is described a lot. She was in medical school, and so I'm assuming. Okay, so the timeline was about 30 years ago. So I'm assuming that's when she was on Y&R, so to speak. That's when she was a nurse on Y&R and all stuff. So I'm assuming that's before that, or around that time. So I'm trying to think of timeline because she was on that 30 years ago. She was on Y&R. But anyway, so Jack, you were here last week either. When she just started to threaten him, I was like, Jimmy, run for your life, Jack. You really have no idea how crazy this bitch is. Well, she's like, you will not keep me away from my son, my family. You will not. You'll regret it. I was like, Techie, you better run. You better run to Young and the Restless. I better run somewhere. Run to Port Charles. I ought to run somewhere. I'm like,
I can just see her running toward Genoa City and them erecting walls to keep Sheila out of the city.
I'm like, woo! Yeah. So their exchange, when you were on that, we talked about that was kind of crazy. We get the whole story there, but she convinces him to try to convince Vin. I'll say I was on edge of my seat for 3 episodes, wondering what Finn was going to do. Meanwhile, your girl Sheila at the hotel getting all dolled up and putting on lipstick and ready, and then talking about, I got a date. He's a little younger than I am, and he's I'm like, okay, girl, you're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy.
I was actually a little surprised how adamant Finn was, because against Sheila coming over to the house, because I thought there would still be a part of him that would want his mother to have that moment. So when he blew up at Jack, said, absolutely not. She's not stepping foot in this house. I'm protecting my family. It was like,
I know.
Good for you. Good for you. And unfortunately, nobody locks her friggin' doors.
I know.
If the door had been locked, they would not have been in this situation.
Well, because homeboy went to the door, give me a few minutes. He just closed the door. Like, the bitch just walked through the door. It wasn't locked. He just closed it.
And I was literally sick to my stomach when I knew Steffy was en route home. Woo! I was sick to my stomach. It's like, well, maybe they won't go there.
Well, okay, this part is true, folks. Tami and I are from the Bay Area. This is true. There was weather in San Francisco. I've been on planes many times trying to fly to the Bay Area where there was weather in San Francisco.
Always.
Sort of rusty. At LAX airport, I've sat there many times where my plane was delayed. So that part's all, somebody said, that doesn't seem true. I'm like, no, we're from San Francisco. We know that's true.
Yeah.
They have a heavy fog issue.
Yeah.
You really can't, the way you fly into San Francisco, just a little briefly, I'm not going into the weeds of this, but just that you fly over water, it's a peninsula. So you're flying in a certain way. They have to have visibility so you can, land the planes. So I was on the edge of my seat, Tami. It was like, we had them, but I should go home. You can't have her in the house. I'm like, oh my God, it was gonna happen.
I'm sick right now.
Oh my God.
Because if this goes down the way I think it's going to go down, I can't. I don't know if I can watch this.
I know. Rhoda Beautiful. I tell you guys, you got Rhoda Beautiful just doing it. Oh, Naomi Matsuda plays Lee. Yes, Naomi Matsuda. I love you. Total. The looks you give him, everything. She's still salty about the whole thing. She's still salty. You should have told me. I think that's right, girl. Be salty. Tell him.
But she said, you lied. You've always been honest in our marriage the entire time. So for this one moment where you were doing this to protect our family, I'm willing to, let's just move on. I was laughing. I'm sorry. I was laughing. I like, oh, honey.
You have no idea.
You have no idea, honey girl.
Oh my God, she's gonna freak the F out. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So it leads to the moment that we all are waiting for. And she goes, Sheila. Her voice got demonic. It was a low register. Sheila. And I was like, oh my God. And she was holding baby Hayes. I put myself in this position. If there was someone I hated holding my baby, oh my goodness. I seriously couldn't wait till the next day. I was like, why can't 24 hours get here fast enough? And I didn't text you guys. I didn't want to tell you. I didn't know how far along we were. I didn't say anything. I didn't say quiet. We texted something on Friday. We started texting a little bit. We didn't give much out. But I was like, I'm going to say anything. But I was just like, where's Thursday happening? Wednesday, what's that? She said, Sheila. And then, woo! She got the baby out of there. She's like, give me my baby. Thank you, bitch. Got the baby out of there.
There was that moment because I think my initial maternal instinct would lunge toward Sheila and grab my baby out of her arms.
Yes.
Sheila's Sheila. And when you attack her, she's holding the most precious thing in your life in her arms. So I think Steffi knows her, obviously, and was just like, give me my child.
Yes.
Just give me. She didn't go for Sheila.
No.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm paraphrasing, folks. But she was like, I'll get to you two in a sec when I come back out. But I think she actually said, we're going to talk about I forgot what she said. She had an attitude. She looked at those two guys. She was like, we're going to talk. And then later when she told Jack, I can't even deal with you right now. You need to leave. I was so laughing.
Totally. And if I weren't married to your son, I would have told him to get the F out too. But
she was like, I can't even deal with you right now.
I loved her line when she said to Jack and to Finn, do you not realize she could have kidnapped Hayes and murdered the two of you?
I mean, she's not lying.
She's not lying. That's exactly what could have gone down.
I know.
I was laughing.
Laughing too was you had one job. I say it all the time to everybody when something goes down. You had one job. You had one job. I laughed so hard when they had her say that line. And Finn looked like the person who did wrong. He looked like he did wrong. He was like, oh.
Yeah.
You had one job, Finn. And you just, you can blame me. And that's what she said. I don't even have time to deal with you right now. You need to go. I was like, oh my God. Woo! Oh, but I did feel for us like that's your mortal enemy is holding your baby. That's like, oh, that just, yeah.
Yeah. And Steffi saying to Jack and to Finn, you don't see how she's manipulating you. I see it because this is who she is. She's evil. She's a monster. She has an agenda. She's not just going to visit and never see anybody again. She's lying to you. She's manipulating you. The two guys are. We thought it was worth a shot.
As he said, it was worth a shot. This isn't fucking grenades or whatever, horseshoes. This is a crazy woman. And she's standing there like, I'm not sick. What are you talking about? And she's like, mother to mother. Oh my God. It's like Sheila was trying to lay it on thick.
When Sheila said, I have feelings, and Steffi said, psychotic ones don't count.
I know. I was like, yes. I was like, oh my God. Okay. Yeah.
Jacqueline McManus, you were just on fire. She was. And people are already saying Emmy #3 for her. It's definitely Emmy-worthy stuff. Definitely Emmy-worthy stuff. I don't know if it translates to the goosebumps on my arm right now. When everyone left the house.
Oh, yes.
The way she looked at Finn and then looked away and what was in her. Oh my God.
Oh, we got to talk about first before she did that. Get out. Sheila, get out. Go. Get out. And she backhanded her. That's what backhanded her. I was like, now Steffi can slap some folks. She slapped Quinn over in Monte Carlo a few years ago, and that was the bomb. This was she backhanded Sheila. It was like, no, bitch, get out now.
And she hit her at the wedding too, right?
Yes, she hit at the wedding also. Mm-hmm. And Jack's like, come on, bitch, let's go. He's like trying to drag her out. But Sheila gave a look. I said, you need to watch out, Stephanie. Stephanie, I call her Stephanie, not call her Stephanie. Stephanie, because Sheila don't play. Sheila's now fixated. So she goes, no. And so Steffi's right. When she gets fixated, that's when stuff happens. And she's fixated on this whole, her son and grandson. She is in, girls and guys. She is in.
And it has everything. She's obsessed with the Forresters.
Those are Forresters.
And this is her
and
in.
Now she feels like she's back in through her son. She's back in through her son. What are you saying in the chat?
Oh, Kenneth, I want love for Taylor. I would love for Taylor to see her new in-law.
Yeah, I know.
Sheila does not like being backed into a corner.
Nope.
This is gonna, yeah. Oh no.
What?
Oh no, Kenneth, no. Kenneth says Finn might be running to Paris. No.
Well, see there. We'll see.
No.
I don't see. Tami likes to not like look at things because it's a soap opera, as Matt Atkinson said to her.
Yeah, but he did wrong. If he was wronged, I can see it. But he no.
Tami, it's Bold and the Beautiful.
Susan says, I hope Charlie isn't leading the security team. Restraining order.
That's funny, That's funny, Susan.
I love it.
No, but I'm sorry, Tami. I'm gonna have to burst your bubble.
No, bubble isn't. My bubble is made out of Teflon. Nothing can pierce it.
Well, while you're in your Teflon bubble, they're pushing Paris and Finn together. I see it.
No.
That's all I'll say. I won't say anymore.
Oh my God.
I won't say anymore, but I'm just saying.
Sick. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this show and continue watching it. It's just making me sick. It's too stressful. Like, you know what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to take my blood pressure before I watch, and then after an episode's done, and I'm going to take it again. Oh my God.
That's hilarious. Guys, as you're in here, yes, you're hitting the like button. If you like what we're saying or doing, hit the like button. I see you guys are, so that's good. And the 25 people who are watching us live, we like that. Yes, Bold People's, like I said, they've been bold. They have been more of the bold than anything else these last half a year. I should say, since they came back, when they came back from the break, they have been very bold. They put the bold in their name, and I'm here for it. I love having Sheila back. I know she's a polarizing character. Folks don't like her. I like it. Again, anything with Eric, anything with John McCook, great. We need to see more of him. Carter got started, and people keep mentioning other people. Aaron D. Spears was on the other day. He was saying he will be back. It's a small. You watch. They do this. They have certain storylines that dominate for a few weeks or a month. Then they go to other ones. They'll be back.
Totally. Be better.
Right.
I don't remember if it was Jack who asked Sheila, why now, right? Why come back now? And Simone in the chat, this encapsulates everything. It's about the Forresters, because she could have found Finn years ago. Sheila only cared when he was marrying Steffy.
Interesting.
It's the only reason she has come out of the woodwork, is because by circumstance or happenstance or whatever you want to call it, her son has married a Forrester.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's happenstance. She obviously couldn't plan that. I mean, that just kind of happened. That was a happy accident for her.
That's
it really was.
Like,
I know. The writers wrote it, Tami. They wrote it.
It's like, guys, this made me sick.
Hey, dick kids. And that's your soap. That's your Bold and Beautiful. We won't be here next week. Next weekend, my grandson turns 15, Ryland, so I will be spending it with him because family is very important. So taking Labor Day weekend off. We'll be back the following weekend, which is whatever date that is, that Sunday. We will be back for sure doing that, and hopefully Amanda will be with us.
Yes.
And we'll talk about the last 2 weeks of Bold and Beautiful. Tami Goveia, where can they find you?
Guys, Instagram, Tami.Goveia, and Twitter and Facebook, Tami Goveia. Like, follow, engage.
Yes, I was with our former colleague, Steffy. She's like, oh, I love Tami Goveia. Oh my God, I love her.
I love her too.
So we love Marissa Serafini. I celebrated her birthday yesterday. You can follow me. We're all James Lott Jr. Sold at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms. This week, in addition to all the other things I mentioned, there is a Falcon Crest after show episode, a new Dallas after show episode coming out. This week is another episode of Fairview Heights. We're leading to our season finale of that. If you haven't checked out the email, we just had a season finale Friday. It's a 4-episode comedy. People loved it. Apparently, it was a huge hit for us. Check it out. Listen to all 4 episodes. We've done in less than an hour. We have some great actors, all new actors from JLJ Media on there. Well, except for Christina. Christina's on other stuff. But it's very good. I think you should listen. It's really funny. And find out what happens when you send out the wrong email to somebody. And other than that, follow us on Instagram at Bold and Beautiful Universe. Follow us on Twitter at The Bold Universe. Follow us on Facebook, Bold and Beautiful Universe. Go ahead and check us out there as I post other happenings, things that are going on. And I believe it's someone's birthday this weekend. Whose birthday was it? I'm going to write it down. Somebody from Bold was their birthday this week. I forgot what it is, but we love them all over there, of course. Everyone, please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Get vaccinated. I don't care what you think. Get vaccinated. Save the world. See you next time.